What is up, wrestling fans? Welcome to part 2 of our WWE roster tier list rankings here on the Smark Moment Smack Talk podcast. I'm your host, as always, Tony Mango. Joining me, as always, are Robert E. Felice.
Hello, everyone.
And Callum Wiggins.
Hey there.
So, if you didn't check out the previous episodes, we did the AEW men's and women's rosters. We ranked them from S tier down to F tier with a little bit of some no opinions in there. We did the women's roster in WWE. Actually, we just recorded that a minute ago, but you guys are probably hearing it yesterday. I think I'm scheduling them each day. I don't know, whatever it is. Maybe you just listened to it and you're binging, but we are talking about the men's roster now for NXT, WWE, main rosters and everything. So we've got a good range of different superstars here to talk about. There is, I think, 126 men on this. That I should probably switch over my screen share that you should see. There you go. So we've got, it's 126, and we've got the Raw, SmackDown, and NXT talent all listed here. What we don't have listed are the Performance Center and Next in Line signings, because they have not done anything other than either take a picture or they've been in that one video that Triple H was at the conference table and shook their hand and said, hey, we'd like to offer you a contract, and then that's all. So at least it needs to be somebody who has wrestled on Level Up. That is the baseline that we were going with. So you do see Hank Walker on this list, for instance, the most recent quote-unquote signing, at least in a kayfabe sense. And we're going to break these down in the same way that we've done the other ones. So go back and check that out if you didn't know what that was all about. But it's just pretty simple. We got S tier, we got F tier, we got all the different letters in between there. Even though they are labeled, goats and middle of the road and all that, it's just kind of a system that we're just naming it like that. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. The only ones being that drizzling shits does mean drizzling shits. Those are the ones that we don't see a whole lot of value behind. And that could change. Not only do we try to go for a little bit of a bell curve on this, but people change through the course of a couple months or something. And we've seen people before that are on S tier that end up going down to C tier. We see people that are on E that end up going to B. It's a fluid list, the pendulum swings here and there. So as we go along here, we want to know what your rankings would be. Drop a comment below on YouTube in particular. If you are over there on YouTube, then I am going to show you what this is all about, just because I do have my screen share up. So go over to youtube.com/smarkoutmoment if you're not on there, and you can see all these different things that we've got going on. But click that little join button. That is a great means to help us out, because that gets you access to the same tiers that you see over on Patreon, patreon.com/smarkoutmoment. You got the $1 a month tier, which helps out a lot, even if it doesn't seem like it does. And you've got the Dark Cast, so you get extra bonus episodes of Smack Talk that sometimes are completely off the wall random discussions, and sometimes they are gimmicks, and you never really know what you're going to get, because a lot of times we don't even know what we're doing when we're starting that. So that's what's fun about that. Of course, you've got TeePublic and Redbubble. You can see a little link to the TeePublic thing here if you want to pick up some merchandise. If you want to make sure that you are clicking on like the things on the videos themselves, I'll just click on this video. I will mute this so it doesn't go along and screw up my things here. But you got the like button. That'll help out quite a bit. Make sure that you click that. Let us know that you liked it. Make sure you are subscribed. If you haven't done that already, ring that little notification bell as well. And there's a little thanks button. That is another great way to basically act like a little tip jar for us. So keep all that in mind, everybody. And as I said, drop a comment below. Oh, look at this. I didn't even see we had that little chat that was going on here. Thank you, Marco, for that. So that is another great way too. Thank you very much. And we are going to not go on smarkoutmoment.com here. I don't know why I'm sharing that. We're going to start ranking. So drop your comments. Tell us your thoughts. We usually like to set our baselines here, but I think that one of the easiest ways to do that is to go under the no opinions. And there aren't many that I think that we couldn't give an opinion for, but there are still a few here and there, mostly in the NXT range. Anybody stand out to you guys that you would definitely put on there?
Miles Bourne.
Miles Bourne, yep. Lucian Price.
I don't know who that is. Price and Nima have had a couple tag matches. I don't feel comfortable yet.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the jury's still out on Quincy Elliott.
I'd agree. I'm
I would
not
agree.
loving the character, but that's, neither here nor there right now. He's just starting, so.
Is the jury also out on Frank Walker? I mean, Hank Walker.
Hank Walker.
I think Hank Walker's a no opinion right now, too, yeah. I think
the
Javier
fact that I
Bernal is
botched
as
his
well.
name is enough of one. Oro Mensa, Oliver Carter.
I could rank
Probably.
Oliver Carter.
Yeah, I could probably form an opinion.
You guys agree about Bernal being in a no opinion?
He's big body Javi, and that's all I know about him.
Bryson Montana?
Yep, I don't even know who that is.
And maybe that might be it.
Let's see.
Is that an easier way of doing this?
Do we know
anything? I know people will probably want to rank him, but I still don't really know who Dante Chen is.
For that matter, Ru Fang.
I could rank him.
About Ru Fang in the women's one. I'm like, I haven't seen Ru Fang do anything.
I could rank both of them for sure.
All right, then we're leaning on you for that.
It's not going to be high, I can tell you that. Dante Chen, at most an E. At this point, I'd put him drizzling shits because he's not accomplished anything. Ru Fang, where's Ru Fang?
Ru Fang's an E. I've seen.
Oh, fuck no, he's drizzling shits on me.
Well, based on a picture, I'd put him at least an E.
Do you want to try to break the difference, Callum?
No, because I don't know who he is. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
I'm going to keep him in an F right now. I think that by the end of this, you're going to be more willing to keep him in the F range, Rob. Because Ru Fang is one of those guys that they're like, oh man, this guy's tall and he could do a lot. And it's like, he can?
Well, let's start right there. Shanky and E.
I think when we start ranking a lot of other people, he's going to be an F.
I think he's going to move to F, but I can put him in there for right now. Slowly moving this up and down just so I don't have to scroll as much. I'm lazy like that.
Let's establish baselines for the other ones. So who is an S? An S is Roman Reigns.
Oh, easily.
Randy Orton. I will not hear otherwise.
I will sign off on Randy Orton being an S. I will sign off on Edge being an S. He's not an S right now, but over the course of his whole career, he's more than proven himself to be an S.
And then I think you got to say Rey Mysterio.
I wouldn't go that high.
I think Rey's an S.
I think
career?
I think Rey's an A.
Yeah, I was going to say, why have we now decided to start judging Edge for the whole of his career?
I mean, I tend to always just judge him based off of that because I like him. It's a little bit biased.
They're an S then when we did the NXT one based on her whole career, or Ronda Rousey an S based on that one.
Because I think that they still leveled off that way.
I think Edge is still technically an S, but Ray I'd put in A probably at the moment.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, he got punked out by Dominic. I know that's for the story.
Dominic is the most over heel in the company right now.
That's the reaction he got on Raw.
Last night?
Yeah.
Let's try to get a C.
C, middle of the road. Let's see. I think Cedric Alexander a C, or is he a D?
I don't know if I'd put C.
He's obviously good. We know that the ability is great, but like he's not exactly pushed in to any level.
I would probably lean more towards D, despite the fact that I know that he can wrestle far better than a D. He should be like a B minus, but
I feel like Nakamura currently is a C.
I think he's more B still.
I want to hold off on Nakamura because I'm not sure. I think we need to put some other ones in there.
We put Natty in C. Ziggler's a C.
Yeah, Ziggler's fine to C.
Yeah, Ziggler used to be higher up on that list, but he is just not at that range right now. And even though, somebody like an Edge, it's like, the course, there's a big discrepancy between what Edge and Ziggler accomplished.
Let's see.
A B range.
Be a B.
Oh, yeah.
Austin Theory?
Yeah, Austin, I think fits there.
Yeah.
I would love to put him in A, but he's not quite there yet.
No.
So I think he's going to eventually be an A plus, maybe even an S down the line. But
let's see.
Yeah, I don't have to scroll anymore. Woo. Let's get a D. in
A
here.
D. Humberto Correa.
That's the first thing that came to your mind.
Yeah, I mean, I would maybe move him into E
What,
when
with
we move
Shanky?
when we move Shanky into F.
I think he's fine. He's a capable wrestler.
Well, do we put Garza right with him, or do we put Garza in C?
Garza's better than Humberto. He's more charismatic than Humberto is.
I think that we might shift, but I'd put him more in C.
Yeah. D is where both Shanti and Top Dollar belong.
I'd agree on that. Top Dollar is not on the top of this list.
but yeah.
But who's hotter?
About 50 something other things.
Let's see. Who else we got? We've got loads of people.
Let's try to get some more of the bottom end so we know to work our way up.
Okay.
Grab half the NXT room.
Nah, it's not that bad.
Guru Raj is on that low end.
Oh, Guru Raj.
E.
It's F. Surely.
He's on SmackDown. Don't put it. I haven't written about Guru Raj since 205 Live closed. Put him in F.
I'm down for him being an F. Sorry, Guru Raj. I mean, you're the biggest thing that you've done. Yeah, the biggest thing he did in NXT over the past however many months was act like a dick to the women, and then Zion Quinn punked him out.
So Bo is E or no, it's F. Bo is F.
What happened to Boa?
He completely disappeared, didn't he?
Oh, gee, sucks.
I'd have put him in E when he was around.
Yeah,
I'd put him potentially even in D when he was around. Sometimes he was a little bit fun, but he's just gone, completely gone. I don't understand it.
Okay. First of all, two things. First of all, thank you, Tony, for being the only human being on Earth to add Dozovic.
Yeah, I'm very firmly always putting Dozovic at the end of things like that. Yeah.
Second of all, Commander Aziz is big. Shanky is also big, and I think he also belongs in E.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd even potentially put him in F at this point.
I'm thinking of moving him down as well.
Because this is the third character that he's had.
I think there's some better people we could put into E.
Yeah.
One of those being Veer Mahan.
Yeah, who's also big.
I wouldn't say Veer is an E. I'd put him in D.
That's fair. That's fine.
I think he's got some charisma to him, and I think he's been kind of fun with these jobber matches.
Yeah, remember that time where he looked into the camera and went, "Ooh."
Yeah, that's been terrible. And then it's like, oh, we're trying something different with the character, and then it's to not be on TV. So,
I've got something, and this is something that I agreed to last time. Let's put Gable Stevenson in F, please.
Fuck off.
Yep.
I mean, really, this should be no opinion, but I think, like I said last time, he's at the point where he should have wrestled by this point. Or he should have at least appeared on TV. So this gives me the indication that he is an F.
Or cut a promo that mattered, or done more than a hip toss.
Yeah, but I will happily put his better brother in either C or D. Actually, I think he fits into that range.
What do you think, Tony? I say C.
I kind of want to hold off on him. I don't know.
Okay,
or at least put him somewhere, then potentially move him, because I'm not willing necessarily to put him in C yet, but D sounds a little harsh. We're definitely going to have more C's than anything. We should, at the very least. That's what the whole bell curve is about.
I'm trying to look at some other E's. So Reggie.
I'll play on the optimistic side right now. I'll put him in C.
Right, Reggie's E.
I'd potentially even put him in F.
He was like.
We haven't got anybody in E at the moment, Tony.
I know, but I think that we have a lot of people on here that could potentially go under the E.
Okay, well, we'll put him into F then for the time being.
Because look at what Reggie's done. It's basically been a couple flips backstage with the 24/7 title.
Was the most viewed TikTok wrestler.
Awful.
All right, well, in which
looking
case,
for E's, I would put Idris Enofe and Malik Blade.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think Enofe could end up being a D, but I don't think he's reached that point yet.
An E. I'm just putting all the big men in E.
Omos, I don't know. Maybe D.
He's on a level. He's on the same sort of level as Veer. Really.
Yeah,
he's more successful than Veer is.
I can live with that.
I think Tony's not going to agree with me on this, but I think it's time the ship sailed Duke Hudson, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
He's not doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I mean he had the funniest segment of the year, smacking Nexium, but yeah, he's probably an A.
Like he should be a C right now. At the very least, he should be a D, and he was in that D range earlier. But again, he's another person. He's another person that they never use, and then they use him like once every 4 weeks, and he loses or something. I don't understand what's up with that. Who was the other one you're saying? E.
I didn't say anything.
I didn't say.
I thought Rob just said somebody else should be an E or something.
Oh no, I said him and Indy. They've done nothing.
Oh, yeah, and Indy. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is maybe going to be a controversial one.
I'd maybe
Gacy and D
to C, but
I'm fine with him being in D for the time being.
I'm not liking Schism.
We want to put Jagger and
Fowler.
I wouldn't because they're good, but their current characters aren't good. So yeah, I'd say maybe they should
I'd put them in that range. Yeah.
Zach Gibson looks terrifying with no beard in this contact.
I like the look. I think that's cool, but they're not doing it for me. Ikemanjaro an E.
Yeah, E. Yeah,
he's fun.
Tozawa.
If Reggie's, put him with Reggie. He hasn't done anything other than E with Reggie.
I'd put him in E.
Yeah.
There's something about Tozawa that I like way more than Reggie, and I would feel bad if he's on that same level. I don't know. Tozawa is one of those guys that they've jobbed him out like crazy, but I can understand why they just keep like renewing his contract and everything. He's cool. I like him.
Benjamin, who should have never moved from the B tier in his life, is probably down in D now.
Yeah, most I'd say is D right now.
I think if that's the case, I think we could put Cedric in D then too. I think we could put Mustafa Ali in D.
Mustafa's is a bit more, I think. I think he's a bit more C. Just because I think he gets used a bit more than the other two do.
What about you, Rob?
I'd allow it.
C?
C, yeah.
It seems like they're doing like a three thing on main event, but main event might not exist next week. So,
well, speaking of main event, T-Ball, where does he go?
Fucking, I wish he was in that, but he's tough. He jobs on main event. Like,
yeah, D is the ceiling for him at the moment.
Yeah.
R-Truth in C just because D is too painful and you can't put him in B.
I'd probably put him in C. Yeah. T-Bar is like, you give that guy his name back and you give him a win on Raw, and it's like, all right, yeah, C+. Like, I mean, it's just...
Well, let's start looking at some bigger people now, just so we can start evening out a little bit and then go back to some other lower end ones. I would say that we're looking at a S for Cody Rhodes.
I'd agree.
All right.
Especially after that Hell in a Cell performance. I mean,
and two more S's that I would happily sign off on are Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins.
All right, I agree. Bobby Lashley is single-handedly revitalizing the U.S. title.
So Lashley, I don't know if I'm going to try to say that he should be more of an A, but I can see why he'd be an S. So
multiple-time WWE champion last year, currently like probably the most pushed guy on Raw at the moment.
The Miz is a B.
Fuck off.
What?
I would agree. I would agree. He's a B.
That's absolute bullshit.
2 votes.
No, I'm just like, I almost don't want to do the rest of this now. Because at the moment he's in a comedy feud with Dexter Lumis.
Dexter Lumis is a B. Just kidding.
Dexter Lumis should be in jail. It's where Dexter Lumis should be. I'll put Miz in C if we put Lumis in D.
I mean,
I still think Miz is B, but I can see
well,
Lumis.
I think he's F. So should we start balancing it out?
I could see Lumis in D. I mean, I'm enjoying some of the stuff that they're doing, but it's weird.
It's just like, get to the point.
Yeah.
Already.
And I mean, what he is doing isn't like it's like, significantly higher up or anything. I gotta go E tier for Ezekiel.
Yeah, E for Ezekiel.
Yeah, he's
And
E
Elias
Ezekiel.
and Elrod.
Yeah. Well, Elias might be D and Elrod's in there.
Yeah.
Thank God they didn't get to the Elrod. I don't know what happened, what intervened. Thank God they didn't get to Elrod.
I think the Vince McMahon scandal. That's what it was.
Mansoor and Masai a D or an E.
They're fantastic.
I think they're E though.
I think they're E.
Yeah.
I like that they're doing that, and I'm not typing Masay and Mansoor because I'm just like, no, I don't know how to get those on the keyboard. I could copy and paste it over from the handy dandy list on smarkandmoment.com, but that's not a thing. Like, I'm not typing this. But yeah, I like that they're doing something with them, but win, and then I'll move you up.
All right, again, let's put some bigger people in there. I want to put Kevin Owens in I.
Yep, that's exactly where I was going.
I wish he could be an S, but I can understand that. Johnny
Gargano.
Gargano,
B for now.
He's B. At the moment, he's only just come back and he's had one match.
Matt Riddle in that A range.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
Ciampa and B with Miz, Gargano in theory.
I agree. Another person who could move up to that, if not move to the S tier. Huge fan of these two, but currently they're in that mid card range. So we're being fair. This one's gonna be interesting. We'll wait to come around him. Yeah. Usos are A. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Usos. Yeah.
I potentially make the argument of like S.
Actually, they're the S tag team actually.
Like
I'd say they're the S tag team.
For that matter, if we're gonna put them in there, I think New Day needs to go into A.
New Day's an A.
Oh yeah, I'd say all three members of New Day can go in A.
Yeah, even though Big E is MIA right now, it's because of an injury. It's not because of like lack of creative.
We know what he can do. We know what he can do.
Right. So Kofi.
I would also like to please advocate for Sheamus to go into A.
I agree with that statement.
Let's make that a 3 for Sheamus is kicking some ass.
Sami Zayn's an A.
His
character work, ring work. He's
so entertaining at the moment.
You're not gonna hear a disagreement from me on that one.
Nakamura's a B. I feel more comfortable with it now.
Which one?
Nakamura.
I still don't know if I'd go potentially C.
He's not as low as Ziggler.
He's not as low as Ali. Gunther's an A.
I'm okay with him being in B.
Gunther's A, yeah.
Gunther, I agree. And then for that matter, I think that Vinci and Kaiser are obviously not in the A range, but I think that they're BC.
I'd say they're both B. I think they're both talented enough to be B.
I'm a huge fan of Imperium, so
yeah.
I agree with
also
that.
B for Butch.
I'd say B for Butch, and then
C
with,
for
C or D for Holland.
Yeah, I don't
Fridge
know.
the Fridge.
Put him in C for cold because he's.
Yeah, I'd say C for right now. Maybe he'll move down a bit, but not right now. The Street Profits A and or B.
They're like A as a tag team.
Well, that's kind of what we're ranking them as, really.
Yeah,
they don't do anything else, do they?
Yeah, they're A.
Let's put it this way: the Usos. Whoops, because we save some space and everything, and then the Street Profits in A, and get rid of Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, two people who were not on the PWI 500. Or no, Dawkins was. Montez wasn't on the 500 top, whatever it was. Or not at all, actually, right? That was the thing. It wasn't on
Alpha
it.
Academy and
no, Dawkins was right near the bottom.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm very entertained by Shush.
What was the range you were saying?
I don't know. It's both C's.
2 C's?
Yeah, I'd say 2 C's.
I like the Alpha Academy quite a bit.
Yeah, they're good. Well, I'd say like they could easily be in B as well, but like I think they're currently like
I could see more of that.
Like jobber guys. They're like good, like they're entertaining jobber guys.
Into the A category.
Who was that?
AJ.
Yeah, I could see it.
Braun, until we know where his trajectory is going to be a B.
I was going to say B. Yeah, and I think that Damian Priest and Finn Balor are both in the B range right now.
B for Dominic.
We know that we've seen better
I
from
guess.
them, but I don't think I'd rank them on the same range.
I think Finn is moving, is on the trajectory towards A at the moment. They're establishing him a bit more as the leader of that group.
I think that they're in that kind of Ciampa range.
Dominic should be a D, but I don't know. That reaction that he got on Raw is really throwing my mind a bit.
With the company he keeps, though, maybe he's a C.
I'm going D.
I
think that's fine. To be fair, before that reaction, I probably would have advocated for him to be down in A instead.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You take out this episode's Monday Night Raw, we're doing this kind of thing.
McIntyre, S or A?
Ooh, that's tough.
I think he's S.
He's maybe the last S.
Because I just think that he's the last guy probably the only guy in the entire reign of Roman Reigns that I felt could actually beat him for the title. But I think that almost qualifies him as an S. He's on the same level as Rollins and Lashley.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah. I mean, he certainly wouldn't have gone. If that SA range, he would have been at the very least A, if not A minus. So yeah, A plus, not A minus. It's the opposite way.
Let's go back to NXT real quick. I'm okay with Breaker being an A.
This is where it's tough for me with NXT sometimes because I go, is Braun Breaker an A or is he more of just a B in the overall grand scheme? Because he's kind of an S in NXT, but that doesn't matter the same. So then it's kind of an A. But then I think if you take the exact same character of Braun Breaker and you put him on the main roster right now, I think he's a B. What about you, Callum?
I'd say he's a B right now.
All right.
Now that seems maybe a little bit harsh because he's like the main guy or whatever, but I think that NXT is going to be a lot in this kind of range.
NXT, there's a 1A and there's a 1B, and that 1B is Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, I think he's a B.
Let's see who else.
Let's get some C people because we're lacking on the C's.
Eric and Ivar.
Yeah, I'd agree.
They're your C range tag team.
I'd agree on that. Madcap Moss.
Yeah, Madcap's a good C level.
Corbin is either a B or a C. What do you think?
C.
B.
Fuck off and take the Miz to see where.
All right, I'll put him in C.
Boo.
He keeps losing to people.
Also, he's happy Corbin. So
I'm not fucking typing that now.
Until he becomes Baron Corbin, he can't be a B.
Yeah, the B and C range, the B the Baron range, the C the Corbin range. Is that what we're working with?
I mean, Karrion Kross is B. So
yeah,
I'm cool with that.
Where do we put Solo?
B, I think. B. I think he's at the same level as Braun and Carmelo.
I think so. Yeah, and he did just bump up to the main roster, and he's the champion. And what about Ricochet? B. With Nakamura?
Oh,
I think he's lower than Nakamura. But
I'd put him on par with Ziggler.
Yeah, I'd say C.
What about, let's get some more NXT people in here.
Okay. Who's some C level NXT people?
Creed Brothers, C or B?
Creed Brothers C.
Yeah.
Yeah, they together they are one of the best tag teams there, but they got some work that they can still.
I would say Pretty Deadly are a C as well.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Let's see, Elton and Kit. Maybe Legado.
Legado's,
but then have Santos and B.
Yeah, Santos is B, and the other two members. Yeah.
Now, since that's not confirming everybody, I'm not going to write them down as Legado. It's so odd to me when I type Cruz del Toro, Legado del Fantasma, Fuego del Sol. I can never remember if Cruz del Toro, if it's a capital D or not, because Fuego is a capital D, Legado is not. It's throws me off. Let's
Briggs
see.
and Jensen in D.
I'd put Briggs in C, Jensen in D.
I can get on board with that.
I'm good with that.
Andre Chase in D.
I agree. He's fun.
Bodie maybe in E.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't done all that much yet.
Where are we putting Dempsey?
I like Dempsey.
I like Dempsey, but
like
he hasn't
Dempsey
done
as well.
much. I think maybe C.
Yes, yeah. C would be the highest. C would still be the highest I'd put him in.
Yeah.
about
D
Waller?
for Channing Lorenzo, maybe E.
I'm good with that.
D, I'd say.
And then C for Tony.
Yeah, I like Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah, he's fun. What about Trick?
He can
D,
handle
I
it
think.
in D.
He's charismatic, but I think he still needs to. He's getting better in the ring, but needs to be a bit higher up.
I hate how sometimes like this is how this works, where it's like, yeah, we're getting this bell curve going on, but it always bugs me when I'm like, oh man, below par for Shelton, because it's like, but it's like, look, realistically, when you're taking into account more than just in ring talent, Shelton Benjamin's losing matches in the main event. He's not.
Yeah, when you take into account how they're booked, like I said,
right.
Shelton should have never gone below a B in his life.
Right.
But
so for anybody that goes, oh, why aren't you ranking these guys higher? Shelton Benjamin's an A tier in ring talent. Oh, he is. But this isn't just in ring talent. This is their character. This is their credibility level on the roster right now. We got to keep that into mind. So it's like Trick's fun. He's got potential. He's got a good look to him, but he jobs out. So he goes into the team.
He's the sidekick to Carmelo.
Right.
Get rid of some other names.
I'd go no opinion for Sangha.
I would agree with that, actually.
He hasn't really done too much. For some reason, he's like the hype man for Valentina and Yulisa. I don't know what that's about. Maybe no opinion for Odyssey Jones because he's been around not long enough, really.
What do you think, Callum?
I wouldn't be comfortable ranking him, probably.
Alrighty.
We'll get Gallus Boys. Gallus Boys aren't on top by any means.
They're not on top of this list, but they could be. Joe Coffey in C, Mark and Wolfgang in D.
It's kind of where I was leaning.
Yeah, I'd say so. But I would say if we're putting Joe Coffey in C, that means both Ilya Dragunov and Tyler Bate are Bs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. And they've accomplished more and everything, too.
Yeah, definitely.
What about McDonough?
C, I think.
B or C? I'm not sure.
D.
Which one are you thinking? Did you say B or D?
D.
I still can't hear you.
D.
Did you say C? Oh, I don't know why I can't hear him all that well.
Did I just lose my mic?
It might be like something on my end. I don't know. It's just like
it's because they all sound the same. It's because all those letters sound the same. So it's
would you put it middle of the road or above average? Put it that way.
Middle.
Okay, there you
he's
go.
middle. Yeah, he's middle. Yes.
That explains it better then.
I think Grayson's a B.
Grayson Waller?
For where he's booked.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
This is all I described him. He's a better version of the Myth.
Where are we going with Cameron Grimes?
D.
I'd go B. I'd go B personally. I think he's shown enough in NXT that he could be a B.
I don't know if I put him on the same range as Solo and Hayes and Breaker.
I mean, he was basically wrestling.
He kind of is on the same level.
Yeah, he's fun. So,
Boogs in D.
Yeah, Rick Boogs. Yeah, he's fun, but
again,
the injuries curtailed him. Yeah,
he probably should have had a tag team title reign by now. I don't know. Kind of up in the air.
Zion Quinn in E.
Yeah, he's in that Duke Hudson thing where it's like you got it, but
no, he's shit. He can't wrestle.
No, I'm talking about like the look.
You just look at him.
Yeah,
you got that big look, but you're like it's nothing's working right now.
Very buff Bagwell.
I'd put Oliver Carter in that D range.
I don't know him enough to to give any
Yeah,
kind of legitimate
we're leaning
ranking.
on you
No
here,
opinions
Jules.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
guess
don't.
I
I
should
don't
probably
know.
make it Ora Mensa since it's his new name.
Roddy's B.
Nah, I'd go
Yes.
C.
Roddy's still Roddy, and Roddy's a B.
His promos are terrible.
I don't think so.
I think he's one of the worst talkers that's out there right now. I'd go C. Look, Ziggler.
I think he's incredibly
Chad.
entertaining on the microphone. He's playing petulant really, really well. I think his character work is some of the best in NXT.
Is that B range?
Yeah.
Oh, we only have how many of these left? 12 left.
Yeah, we
right,
ran through this.
What are we going to do with Robert Roode?
He's
D
D.
with Benjamin.
Yeah.
Much like
A guy
Benjamin
that shouldn't, a guy by his stature who shouldn't be that low, but he is because he just isn't booked.
Where's he
Sucks.
been?
Should have been an A tier guy.
That motherfucker should have been A plus. Jinder Mahal, E or D?
D above Shanky. He can't be on Shanky's level. He's better than Shanky.
We could always move Shanky down though.
Oh yeah, but I don't think he's higher than Massey and Mansoir and Ikem and Jiro.
But what about moving Shanky?
No, I kind of feel him in there. I think he's higher up than the ones we've got in F.
In the Fs, yeah, I think he really stays.
He dances.
Von Wagner in that D range?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wesley and C just because his ring ability saves him.
Yeah, I'd put him in C.
Nah, his size is an issue.
You think it more D?
I'm look. Who else we got in D? Yeah, I think he's comparable to someone like a Cedric or a T-Bar.
Yeah.
Oh, we have Cedric? Yeah, okay, yeah. I forgot Cedric's in there. I thought he was in C.
C is Apollo Crews.
I would agree. It's kind of weird that they brought him into NXT and he's basically been like, hey, I'm going to go for that title in fucking a year or something. I don't know what's happening with that. I'd go D for Axiom. Maybe even E.
Right now.
What formula brought you to that?
I like potentially an E for Axiom because he's mostly just gotten punked out by Duke Hudson.
We beat Duke Hudson.
Yeah, by like
that's why
a fluke.
Duke Hudson is low, should be lower than him.
Fluke pin though, you know.
He also beat Nathan Frazier, so do we have to put Frazier in E? I like him in.
Well, Fraser.
Fraser's going to be again in level up, so they're on the same level.
Yeah,
and I'd say Nathan Fraser's a D anyway.
I would put Noam Dar in that same range too.
Yeah,
maybe even C. I like Noam Dar more than a lot of other people do, so I'll be totally fine with him in C. But I don't know what they're doing with the North American Heritage Cup and everything. So,
Max, do you freak?
Hate this character. C.
Max do D.
I can live with D. Yeah.
He's just not used. He's not a wrestler at the moment.
Yeah. We're going with Gulak. I love Gulak, but I mean, we can't put him in a fucking S tier or anything.
Gulak is right where Alexander and Benjamin and the rest of them are.
D tier?
Yeah. Yeah, good wrestler.
All right, so we're out of range.
We'll think about it.
We're out of range where we're going to end up moving some people into C, I'm sure. MVP is mostly a manager at this point.
D.
I don't think I could put him higher than Omos. Because in fact, he's basically just Omos' mouthpiece.
But he's better than Omos.
Do you think we should maybe even put him in no opinion?
Like Omos.
I mean, there's enough there to have an opinion on him.
Yeah. It's not like the other ones where they've had like very few matches. We have seen MVP wrestle.
Maybe the D tier then?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Again, we know he's better than that, but yeah.
The entire Hurt business putting a D tier.
Minus Lashley.
Logan's C.
Yeah.
He's good. He might even be B.
I'd be okay with that. We'll see what happens.
Roman Reigns, he's goated.
I mean, if he beats Roman Reigns, there's problems. But
all right, so we're looking at people who in D probably to move them over to C.
I mean, this is
move down.
This is pretty stratified.
Yeah, the A's and E's are pretty much level.
This is pretty good. So we're looking at moving a couple between if there's like a discrepancy of 9 there and all that, we could potentially move some C's into B and some D's into C or something.
Right.
Or maybe even like, bounce around in this way. If we have like a B that needs to go into A, a D that needs to go into E, that range.
So, in terms of the people who are currently in D, the one who is actually, as much as probably people might disagree, the one who's getting pushed the most out of all of them, the one that gets the most time. Well, there's 2 that get the most time out of all of them, which is Dexter Lumis and Dominic Mysterio.
Yep.
I would go more Dexter than Dominic. I think Dominic, we can't
Well, you're
just
going to
say...
probably end up putting both of them into there.
I can't give Dominic a C when we have crapped on him every week,
But he's the way
He's
that
pushed.
he's used.
But he's pushed as like a joke, almost, I'd be more willing to put Joe Gacy into C than Dominic.
Yeah, I'd say so. Okay, then. So, Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy are moving into C.
And then let's see how that balances out.
You'll probably need at least a couple more.
Other potential C's on this list.
Moving some over to the left.
Move over to the middle
D?
to, move a D to a C. Let's upgrade somebody. I'd make an argument for Wesley.
I'd make an argument for Jinder. He was fucking world champion.
I make an argument for Omos. He's still booked like a beast.
Wait, to be fair, he's only fighting jobbers in handicap matches.
Yeah, but he is a
Make an
former
argument to
champion.
Move Omos and Veer into E.
I mean, yeah, we could move some of them into E to balance it out as well.
We got the E is balanced out with the A right now.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter that much.
No, I mean,
if we move like
need be.
one over from the D tier into the E tier,
we can always move a C into B, a B into A. Like we can move around. I mean,
But
I don't think
I
anybody's going to say like Cody Rhodes needs to go in F or something, But,
but I don't know who I would move from the like. To be fair, all of the people that I'm just seeing in the D tier just scream D to me. Like, they all just say like, okay, we're just so there. Maybe WWE just has too many D people.
You think they need a roster call again?
Well, no, this is the idea of like, why don't you use
Move
Shelton
some-
Benjamin and Cedric Alexander and T-Bar,
Mhm.
and they would easily move up into those higher ranks. They're
Use Jinder. I mean, like, honestly.
Jinder's kind of there. Jinder's always going to be a D, but look at the people that's on that list in terms of people that could easily, if pushed and used correctly, could be at least Bs. Got T-Bar, Cedric, Shelton, Robert Roode, arguably Wesley, Max Dupree as well. There's a lot of people there that are really good in the ring. They're just not used.
I would try, just for the sake of like a full curve, I would try to move maybe 2 people from D to C.
Okay.
And if I were to do that, I would argue Omos and
Dominic, it has to be Dominic.
and Wesley would be my 2.
I'd
I
argue.
I can't put Wesley there, move him, and keep Nathan Fraser and Axiom in the same one.
My argument mostly for that is that Wesley has won the tag title twice, and
But his partner isn't there anymore, so he will never do that again.
My arguments would be for MVP and Dominic. Dominic is headlining Raw. Like, we can't. I know we crap on him a lot, but he is a major part of that show at the moment. And MVP is a very good talker, and we know if he's needed, he can go in the ring.
How about this?
I'll move the potentials that we're talking about over here just to MVP, Wesley. Am I forgetting anybody that we were talking about?
No, I mean, I would make an argument as well on the similar lines to the almost thing for Von Wagner. They do push him a bit in NXT. They treat him as a big deal.
That is true.
I would hear it out.
And then the other suggestion I'd make is we cut Wolfgang and Mark Coffey from that, and we just put Gallus as a C tier one.
Like at the C-tier trio?
Yeah.
I could see an argument for that because I mean,
Yeah.
where's Mark Coffee?
I mean, I wouldn't get rid of Joe Gacy to do that.
Oh, is that what I clicked on by accident?
Yeah, yeah. You still have Joe Coffey there, so
There you go.
replace him with Joe Gacy.
Joe Gacy.
And then if you moved all those people back, then maybe that's more like it. We probably, we still probably need to move at least one, maybe two of them
maybe,
over.
Maybe two. Maybe even three. Depending on.
And then I'd move Dom, MVP, and Amos.
My choices would be, if it's free, it'll be Omos, Dominic, and Von Wagner.
All right, it seems like that's mostly 3 for Omos, and then probably 2 votes for Dominic, and then
either Von Wagner or Wesley. You're kind of deciding, because I know you would lean towards Wes, I'll lean towards Von Wagner. Which one do you want to go with, Rob?
I could see an argument for both, though.
I'd move Wagner.
Yeah, I could. That makes sense. He is booked as a big deal.
They built him up against like Sokoa and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I think, yeah. And yeah, now we've got that bell curve.
Just for the pure sake of double checking, is there anybody in the B tier, because we haven't really moved anybody in the B, that you guys think should go into A? Nobody's standing out to me.
Not at the moment. I mean, Braun will probably at some point move into there. When Rob Breaker does get pushed, he'll move into A. Karrion Kross will eventually get moved into A, probably.
Yeah, we've seen better from a lot of these people. We've seen better from Balor. We've seen better from Braun. We've seen Gargano as an S for NXT. Same with Ciampa. But yeah, I think that this is probably good spread. And then, of course, if we added all the people that were performance center, we'd have shit ton here. But we're not going to do that. We're not trying to balance out the no opinions. These, who knows? Maybe by this time next year, maybe we're like, oh, Hank Walker's a solid C. Or maybe Ora Mensa fizzles out. Or maybe Miles Bourne is not even there. Or, I mean, who knows how this all plays out? That's what's kind of the interesting thing about it is, we keep doing these around September, October range. Which I don't know why we started doing it like that. I think we did it like that the first time because it was the 1 year mark for AEW. That started it all off. And then with we used to have like the drafts around this time frame. So I don't know. It seems like it's a recurring thing now. So maybe next September, October, we'll come back around to this and see how this ends up playing out. I don't have the list up of what this used to be, but if you go back and check out the previous episode, then you can see the difference between where these people were ranked. And hey, look at that, more watch time. Certain people, of course, in the next few months will most likely upgrade, looking like a Braun Breaker or Carmelo.
Maybe some returning names on this list.
We don't have a Bray Wyatt here, so let's see what happens with that White Rabbit. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you agree, let us know. If you disagree, let us know. Drop your comments below of where you would rank all these different people and why. And, if you have a real strong argument for certain people going into certain other tiers, then let's hear it. I always want to hear what the other opinions are. But if you are a fan of the tier list things and you wish that we did it more than we just do pretty much these 4 posts a year, I don't remember the last other time that we did tier list. Let me double check about that. It's always handy on Smark at a moment to just find these things. So yeah, it's mostly the tier lists of the roster things that we've done, but we can do other tier list things. And if you do like list rankings, there are plenty of different other features that we have that are very similar to this in their own right. I mean, we've got the Mount Rushmore. That is its own tier list ranking in a different kind of fashion. We've got the top rope list. Those are the ones that we see right here. We did this big list. This was my personal list. That's what then you got to click on here to find out the other lists and everything. But we've got those. We've got different special features that are out here, like Miss the Smark. Most likely probably going to be doing that one coming up soon. We've got just pure debates about things that there aren't lists. We've got, what if stories, and we haven't done much tournament stuff this year, but we did do the Smark Madness tournament. We didn't do the heat of the moment because I forgot about it. And really, I don't think anybody necessarily cared. But Champsgiving will probably be coming up soon. Usually start that around like mid-October or so. And of course, if you head on over to smarkoutmoment.com, and you can see here on the main page, you got all these pay-per-views, so plenty pay-per-view points coming your way over the course of the next few weeks, months. You got the podcasts, and everything's all nice and neat here for you to find. I do need to change the website to get it like more mobile friendly. Sorry, but I don't have the time and or money to get that sorted out yet. If you want to make sure I have the time and the money to do that, you can donate over here on the Patreon and the PayPal and do the things that you can see on your screen right now with this marketplace. Redbubble and TeePublic are your merchandise shops. You got that join button on YouTube that I mentioned before. Darkcast, Pick Your Poison tier, different things like that. Pick Your Poison also gives you the option of directly sponsoring some kind of episode of something, or post on the website or anything. But anything you do in that front is greatly appreciated, even if it's just $1 a month, including that little thanks button. Make sure that you are following us on Facebook and Twitter. And if you go to amangotree.com, you will see all these links here. Again, as I said in the previous one, I do need to add the A Mango Tree links, but you can see the Twitter and Facebook and Smark Out Moment stuff here. You can also see the Fanboys Anonymous stuff. Go to fanboysanonymous.com and you will see all these different commentary tracks that we've done, and different points of view of every so often. Every Marvel project, I always rank them on here. This list started out very small, and look at how big this is at this point, just because I keep doing everything that's Marvel related. Looking forward to so many of these things. But make sure that you follow and like and share all the things that are here, subscribe, and do all that good stuff for Fanboys Anonymous. And make sure that you do the same for me over on my Facebook and Twitter accounts here at Tony Mango. And make sure that you follow everybody else too. Make sure you follow Rob. Look at it. He's over here at Dude Felice.
Yes, follow me at Dude Felice everywhere, not just Twitter, but on Twitch, especially Twitch. I really would like to build an audience over at twitch.tv/Dude Felice. You can also check out what I'm doing at Fightful.com. Check out what I'm doing at WrestleZone.com. The eventual DudeFelice.com will come. And also check out what I'm doing every week on Smark Out Moment with the Triple Threat article. I know this week's coming up will be about Survivor Series turning into War Games, so that'll be a lot of fun. But you should also check out what Callum's doing over at SmarkOutMoment.com, right, Callum?
Yep, so on Spark Out Moment every Saturday, you'll see the latest edition of the Power Rankings, which is my week-to-week contribution, where I rank all of the WWE roster from 1 to 10 and see if other people see who's standing out there at the moment. Damage Control is sitting at the top. You can follow all the rankings right towards the bottom as well about who's been on it the most amount of times. Like let's see Bloodline. Of course, the Bloodline's there at the top. Who would have thought the Bloodline would be the number one? So you can keep track of all of that stuff. And you can also find the Fantasy League, where you can also search for www.fantasyleague.com. And yeah, you'll see all the points that we're picking up with our specially chosen teams for the start of this year. We're approaching the halfway mark. I think around about time like Crown Jewel and Survivor Series will be around. That's when we hit the halfway point. So you can see Tony is leading the way, but he's not as far out as he once was. I'm starting to reel him in a little bit. Rob is there as well.
Rob is there as well, and he will win.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Wigmeister14.
Yes, indeed. So that is what we've got for you for these 4 episodes of the tier list. And the next episode you're going to be hearing from us is going to be the next episode of the Hot Tag. So we will talk about some more speculation on this White Rabbit situation. We will talk more about MJF. We will talk more about his contract stuff. Grand Slam will have taken place at that point. At least the spoilers for Rampage and the Dynamite stuff. Yeah, so we hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have 2 new sets of champions. Maybe we know we're at least going to have a vacant AEW World Champion settled. So maybe the tag team titles as well. Maybe something else happens. I don't know. We'll see. But we will review that and everything else on the TV spectrum, and we will talk about anything else that pops up over the course of that, and you will be able to find that here on smarkandmoment.com. You'll see it on the recent episodes list. You'll see it on the weekly gimmicks. It's all over the place. You know how to find it. And if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. I've literally shown it to you, and I've explained it a million times, so what else can I tell you? But if you are confused, drop a comment, and Also, tell us what your thoughts were for this episode. We hope that you enjoyed it. We think that you did if you listened all the way to this point. Hit that like button just to make sure. And we will see you next time, everyone. But for now, this has been another Smark Out moment, and we are being counted out.